hot, so hot, lady. Gotta cool this anger. Oh, I've gotta cool this mess we made it.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Truth is Stranger Than Fiction. We back. It's been a year. There's a lot of stuff been going on. Some legal issues. We have to leave the country. So we back now. Today we got a special guest here, though. Well, first, my co-host Tina.
How's it going?
She's back.
How's everybody doing out there?
And why don't you introduce our special guest?
This is my husband, Ross.
Hello.
He's here to join us for the crazy talk today.
Oh yeah, we're diving in today.
Let's get it.
So what do we got today? What are we starting off with right now?
So there's been a lot going on. Like we said, it's been a year. So we kind of want to show you how to see through what's going on. And they use these psychological simulations. And we kind of just want to show you how to look out for them. They use like social influencers who are, like politicians, celebrities, and these are some red flags to look for.
Oh yeah.
So let's
they
roll.
go.
How do you know if you're in the middle of a psychological operation?
I would just assume 24/7 that we are. But let's go into the details. But
what are the signs that something is a psychological operation specifically?
So narrative sticking points. So matching narrative is number one. And matching narrative means that I'm hearing pretty much the same messaging from media outlets, celebrity influencers, which is number two.
Check.
And authority. So people that are in a position of social authority, not like cops and lawyers, and judges, but people in social authority, like pop singers. And I won't say any names, pop singers, the most popular pop singers, all saying the same shit on social media. That should terrify you to the deepest part of your core that none of this is real, or none of this is what it seems like. And those are the first two. Number three is if you're seeing people silenced or ostracized for disagreeing with an idea. We saw this during the pandemic, like crazy. There were Harvard-educated medical doctors that were kicked off of social media, which is our greatest fear of human beings, is being ostracized socially. It's greater than death. This is why public speaking is rated higher by almost everybody than death. And it's not public speaking that we're afraid of. It's being out there and having a big idea and then getting rejected by a large crowd. That's what terrifies human beings. And you can leverage the shit out of that, especially when you can manufacture an artificial tribe on social media. So Harvard-educated doctors that disagreed with this mainstream narrative were getting banned. And the dude, I can't remember his name. I wish I could. But the dude who invented mRNA vaccines was on there and went against the narrative and got ostracized. The dude who invented this kind of vaccine.
That's crazy.
I remember that.
It's unbelievable. So and that step three, just remember in your mind that if an idea requires suppression to exist, it's a horrible idea and it's most likely a psyop. Good ideas don't need to suppress other people. Good ideas travel on their own. Good ideas spread on their own. It doesn't need suppression by itself. So those three are some of the big ones. And
heavy.
Yeah. They use influencers and people just follow.
It kind of makes you think like all these social platforms and all this stuff, like what was it really created for?
Yeah.
Because they're using everything he said. I remember you could point out throughout life everything he was talking about.
Yeah. And then if you watch this next video, just watching it and how they pushed everybody to get it and people who are against it, how they labeled them as the bad guy.
So
this is an example, this next video of how they played it out during COVID.
So basically, you saying, as he said, we were always under a psyop.
Yes.
The biggest psyop probably in human history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
History, his story. They've been doing it.
We're gonna check what that is.
And not only that, they did it on multiple
Vaccinated.
levels.
You
Yeah.
are the problem. It is the
But this is a great
unvaccinated
example
who are
right
the
here.
problem.
The truth. Maybe they should be shamed.
And look at all the people they're using.
Oh
It's
yeah.
time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks.
We can't trust the unvaccinated.
The unvaccinated, a group that includes
Everybody.
children and people acting like children.
When are we going to stop putting up with the idiots in this country? And
Howard
just say,
Stern.
Yeah.
now it's mandatory.
And look how
to
they
get
talking about the
vaccinated.
people
Yeah.
that vaccinated.
Shame them. You can't call them
All the
stupid. You
news.
can't call them silly. Yes, they are.
Those who are not
The
vaccinated
president.
will end up paying the price.
The unvaccinated should be taxed. They should pay more for health care.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But you can go get a donut.
Yeah, if you get vaccinated.
Intoxicated.
Really, the only people dying are the unvaccinated. And for those of you spreading
This is wild.
misinformation, shame on you.
We've got to shun folks. We've got to shun.
They act like this didn't happen though.
A lot of them won't even say, "Oh, I didn't believe that. I wasn't part of that."
Unvaccinated
Yeah.
People have put us in the position that we're in now, and it is not a good place. You got to start telling people, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't come into this office or this place of business. If you don't get vaccinated, you can't come to work.
People need to just wake up. Look at
Okay,
That guy,
Arnold.
screw your freedom.
And it's never more than one generation away from extinction.
Rights of man come not from the generosity of
He was trying to warn us.
Yeah.
but from the hand of God.
Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
So yeah, I did not get the vaccine, and me and my family are totally fine.
Oh yeah.
Just
I'm
saying.
perfectly healthy over here. I didn't get it either.
Perfectly healthy. And during that time, I had multiple conversations in my workforce trying to force me to get it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And you know what, man? I know a couple people that had to get it because their job, well, they felt like they had to. And then when it came down the line, if they anybody that ever got fired for their not receiving the vaccine got reimbursed.
Yeah.
The whole nine. So it was like,
It was either for work or travel for most people.
yeah. Then I saw people
For
get
the
it because they
reason
couldn't
why-
go to a concert.
It wasn't-
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It wasn't to protect anybody.
Yeah, no.
but it was for work or to travel.
Everything leads to any conspiracy you heard about the vaccine, just how that played out. And then ultimately, oh, it's okay now.
Yeah.
We don't like COVID is just treated like a common cold now. I remind you, this thing was killing, and they shut the whole world down for this.
Yeah.
It said, and then when they were mandating these vaccines, they never said, oh, just for a while. They said this is how it's going to be forever.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get vaccinated, you're not going to be able to participate in society no longer. And that got lifted within that same year.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, never mind. You know what? Look, enough people good. Got it. 85%. 85%.
85%. That's crazy.
Insane. 85% just went for it.
And people
you
are
know.
just dropping like flies years later.
But you don't hear about it though.
You don't hear about it, and people won't even admit that they got it. But it, like years ago, when you're going through it, they're the ones hyping it up, posting about it. I got it. I can go and shopping without a mask and everything now. Crazy.
Crazy. And I didn't hear, so I don't know if this is true, but I didn't read that they're saying some doctors still, scientists still that's on the other side of this. I was telling people not to do it. Saying they're basically like a ticking time bomb. Like nobody supposedly who got the vaccine will live past 10 years of getting it, which is unfortunate. But I don't know if that's true,
Yeah.
but that's what they're saying. They're saying like, and then some of the scientists, I don't remember this guy name, he was Indian, but they killed him. And he said it like 3 days before he died. He was like, yeah, went on, I think like 60 Minutes or something. And they were like, he was in the top 10 most terrorist people for spreading misinformation on this because he was saying that they're doing a mass genocide. Like this spike protein and all this other stuff is not good. You're causing like mega cancer and all this other stuff. And he was like, they know that and they still want to push it. And then he went on his YouTube page and then he was like, hey, I just got done doing a 60-minute interview. They totally like reverted on me and it made me feel like the bad guy. I wouldn't take nothing they try to serve me. He sound perfectly normal. I do not want to hurt myself. Ooh. And then they said they committed suicide 3 days later.
Wow.
And I don't know his name. I had to say it, but I'm pretty sure they just got that off the internet now. But
Dang.
yeah, it was really big when it was going on. And I was like, and I'm looking around, I'm like, how is nobody reacting to this? But I mean, they just released the Epstein files and we have nothing. So people not doing nothing.
The proof is there. And I think people are just afraid to talk about it because their social status.
100%. People don't
Yeah,
want
for
to
sure.
want to look like, oh, I'm the crazy one of the family or the group or anything like that.
And that makes sense. I mean, because anybody that's still willing to stick their neck out and go against the grain, I mean, they for sure probably didn't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were already over this fence already. You know what I mean? Like, of course you're going to look at me because I didn't get it, but you don't. And then the more information I'm finding out is that's more making sense because there are a lot of NPCs running around this. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Time will always tell.
Yeah. We should jump into, we want to see that other video. We did watch 2 of them already, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're good on that, the videos. But yeah, I just feel.
The PSYOP thing, the social, everybody, the media, all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Like they did in COVID. Like, it's only going to take 3 days. It's only going to take a week. We need a week. We need 2 weeks. We need 3 weeks. Stay home and stay safe. Now you're starting to see the same PSYOP as we're going through this oil.
Yes. The war, gas went up.
Stay home, save gas.
They already implemented it around the world.
Implemented, but the news stations are hitting it.
And they're letting you know now, they're pre-warm you up that this might come. You know what I mean? As the energy lockdowns is on its way for sure.
And then today I was watching the news and they were talking about how people are stealing each other's gas now. It's like they're creating this big problem.
Scary.
So
And who's doing
everybody
that?
goes and gets their energy cars. Yeah, no, it's like they create the problem.
Yeah, they control
And
chaos.
then, so then they can roll out the problem.
Roll out the solution. Yeah. And then everybody's gonna be like, oh yep, you can't ride in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
But you know, we were talking earlier, you know, like the Great Awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's definitely
there's more. There's very more people, you know, that's seeing the illusion, you know, but it's not enough though, you know. And
I believe that. So in my opinion, when it comes to like religion or spirituality, I believe Christ is our consciousness. And I definitely believe that there's a huge awakening right now.
Yes.
And there is, you know, no matter what you want to say it, Christ has killed your consciousness. They kill it with, you know, your pineal gland with the fluoride water, or as if you want to go to church and believe it's, you know, a man or whatever. There is a huge awakening happening. People are waking up. They're seeing, you know, us conspiracy theorists were right.
yeah, which is even for conspiracy theorists, I even look back like, dang, like some stuff I don't want to be right about.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's scary. I don't always want to be right, but dang.
yeah, no, it's crazy. And this is why the truth is stranger than fiction. This is why this is the name of this podcast is people won't even fathom you know, what's really going on, how this place really works.
Yeah.
You know, how far they went to keep you off balance and keep your vibrations low. Everything. I mean, from clothes to the air we breathe.
Low vibration attracts negativity.
Yeah.
And dark spirits, just, you know, dark energy, whatever you want to call it. And that's how they try to keep us with the food, the water.
Well, they normalize
the music,
it.
the TV.
People don't know they're living low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They think it's normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they're wondering why these like things are attached to them. Bad things happen to them all the time.
Man.
Normalize it with TV shows and how much killing there is.
Video games.
Yeah.
I mean, every lane. Music. 100%. Every lane they can.
The low frequency in the music. That's a whole nother topic though.
And then what they truly advertise, they advertise unhealthy food all the time. They advertise alcohol all the time.
Unhealthy behavior. Unhealthy beliefs. They just everything to take you outside from what you are.
Yeah. Low vibrational things. That's why like porn is free. It's very low vibrational. It's the lowest chakra or
lowest chakra.
Yeah, it is.
So
I'll be telling people all the time, like basically what I'm trying to say is this, like, since you've been born and your parents been born, everything that they have campaigned put in front of you, everything you've been taught, everything that they say it's okay, is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not like, if any situation you're looking at and you're trying to figure out, like, is this, were they trying to play me on this? They're 99.8% they are.
Yeah.
So just like you said, like the porn industry, the OnlyFans, all these people are started
Yeah.
by the little hats. You know what I mean? They own all that. You know what I mean? And if you look into that, that makes sense
We're
too.
going to get into that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Next
it.
episode.
Yeah.
But yeah,
with going back to COVID though, that's when me and my husband started to homeschool our kids, and they're now teenagers, and they were able to
tough for that, man.
like they can see through the discernment. And COVID was like the perfect timing to like teach them to see like the psychological simulation operation that they had going on. And instead of living in fear, they were just seeing like everything. And
in 4K.
we showed them how to navigate through those things, and there's going to be more to come. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the energy lockdown that we're predicting.
Also, a big thing about that is making sure they stand up for their beliefs, like
Yeah.
for how they feel about a situation. And
Nobody
it's all
could-
right. It's all right to speak up and have a different opinion. Most people might not like your opinion, but at least you are expressing yourself. And most of the time, if you express yourself and you truly believe and you did your research on it, you will be right.
Yeah.
And everybody will eventually come around to you, or they will just kind of neglect you because you were right, because no one likes to be wrong.
Yeah.
They can kill you, but they can't kill your beliefs.
That's right. Hey, I'll tip my hat for that, guys.
Yeah.
Raise them right, man. Because
Yeah.
so many people just go with the script. And I mean, I understand that it's hard to. You got to be in a certain situation to homeschool your kids. You know what I mean? So, but
And
it's also putting it like, I mean, how much you gonna care about that though? You know what I mean? You're gonna
Yeah.
make it a priority.
And
You know what I mean?
it was obviously the right idea. I mean, look what's coming out with the Epstein files, or just like Ghislaine Maxwell's father, who's like a little hat spy. Owning all the school textbooks, publishing
That's
them.
That's
And
crazy.
it's
I don't
like-
think enough people know about that.
Yeah, and can you imagine like your kids taking school pictures, and like that book is where those books are sent to? Like that's kind of creepy
Or
if you think about it.
files, yeah.
All this stuff that we think that was just normal, like school pictures, and that comes
Was
out
it
to
like
be.
a shopping catalog for, you know, the Red Shoe Club, which we'll talk
I think
about later.
I think
too.
I think it was a little. I think it was a little above
Yeah.
shopping catalog and just to keep tabs.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know.
there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.